every maybe like 4 times a week.
Okay.
I see him a lot, pretty often, and she's trying to take my kids and move off to Florida.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I'm not going for that.
All right. Did she tell you why she was trying to move to Florida?
Because she just want to live her best life.
She said that?
That's what it is. She want to go to the beach, drink coconut balls or whatever they have out there in Florida, and just have her best life.
Okay, wait a minute. So did she actually tell you that, or are you interpreting her as living her best life?
Your Honor, why would anybody else want to move to Florida? That's Paradise City.
Well, I mean, I kind of want to move too, but I can't go.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I got to work. So could it be for a job?
You know, Your Honor, I haven't asked, because when she told me that she wanted to move to Florida, I got so upset about the fact of losing my kids that I was like, are you moving to Florida for like vacation time, or just so you can live your best life, or because we in Texas? I'm in Texas. I'm a good dad.
So what did she say to that when you said, are you trying to move to Florida to live your best life?
She said, you shouldn't have messed up.
What did you do?
It's a long story, Your Honor. I could tell you how we split up, but
This courtroom drama takes a dramatic turn as the woman on screen seeks to relocate to Florida with 2 of her children, whom she shares with a man seated nearby. Her primary goal is to leave Texas behind and start fresh, chasing a better life. However, the judge quickly catches her in a lie, making her attempts to evade the truth both frustrating and captivating to watch. The man, understandably torn, faces a tough situation. She's demanding child support while planning to move across the country, raising serious questions about fairness. It's evident she doesn't fully grasp the reality of the situation. Let's dive into the video and watch as the judge firmly sets the record straight, exposing the flaws in her argument with undeniable clarity.
I think the fact that he didn't even bother to mention our children's names should tell you everything about our relationship.
Well, he told me the ages.
Yeah, well, that's great. Robert and Madison, that's with a Y.
but she ain't asked for the kid.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Anyway, so going back to, evidently I'm just going to Florida for a permanent vacation. I'm actually going for a job.
All right.
So what's that job?
Robert, and I'm going to be a marine biologist.
So when this dream come apart? Because you ain't had this dream when we met.
See, exactly. Do you ever listen?
Miss Adams, Adams, I need you to talk directly to me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Morris, I've given you an opportunity to speak. Let me hear what she has to say.
You're right,
and
Judge,
people
I'm sorry.
can change dreams. I mean, depending on how long you guys have been apart, a lot could have changed in her life.
It's just she taking my kids, Judge.
Okay, well, let's hear what she has to say.
You're right. You're right.
She said marine biologist, right?
Yes.
That sounds like a really good job, and I want to hear about it. See how much money she makes.
She
all
just
right?
having random dreams, Judge, but it's all
Okay,
good.
that's great, but I need to see how much money she's making.
Right.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah, less talking, more listening.
And you do the same thing. All right, now. Continue.
Jesus.
So I'm taking the kids to Florida because I have a greater job opportunity.
Okay.
And, you know, it's so interesting to me that he says that he sees the kids 4 times a week. I guess he's talking about maybe a FaceTime call or seeing them on his phone screen, because I certainly don't see him picking up the kids and taking them to the doctor and cleaning up vomit in the middle of the night. So it's great that he thinks that that he's paying for the right to see his kids, and that there are people who don't pay child support and who see their kids a whole lot, Judge. That tells you everything you need to know about the transactional nature of relationships. I guess he just thinks that money goes on trees, or that kids just eat for free. It's not how it works. This isn't TGI Fridays. So the cost of living is going to be higher in Florida.
All right, what are we looking at?
So my rent is going up from $2,000 a month to $2,800 a month.
Okay.
Because I have to have a 3-bedroom, because Robert and Madison need their own bedrooms. And of course, I have to pay for flood insurance and other things like that.
Okay. All right. And you mentioned food.
Yeah, so the kids eat organic.
Okay.
And they're vegan. And so my grocery bill for them is already close to $800 a month.
Okay.
So his opinion that $880 is too much for the kids is wrong. It is a wrong opinion, because your children deserve the nutrition they need to grow up big and healthy and strong, so they.
I'm not sure what you all think, but personally, I don't see vegans as the strongest people out there. When I picture vegans, I often think of people who are on the slimmer side and tend to lean more liberal. That's just the impression I've gotten, though I know it's not always the case. Now, looking at this woman demanding such a large sum of money from this man, it just doesn't add up. We'll have to hear what the judge has to say, but something about her claims seems off. A lot of these courtroom cases, especially those involving family law, tend to come from the US, where divorce rates are through the roof. It often feels like women have the upper hand in court, particularly when it comes to custody and child support. But in this situation, where she plans to move from Texas to Florida, things get complicated. As we'll see, she's not being truthful, and the judge calls her out for claiming she always wanted to be a marine biologist, something that didn't come up when she was with this man. It's suspicious because no one just wakes up one day and suddenly decides on a career like that. She's already deep in the process of moving her kids, leaving this man, who currently sees them 4 times a week, without any real access to them. That just doesn't seem fair. It feels like men are getting the short end of the stick in the court system these days, almost like their voices don't matter. I can't say how things were in the past, but it's clear that divorce rates have skyrocketed, and a lot of it seems tied to societal shifts, including the feminist movement and a general loss of traditional values. It's honestly sad to watch. Maybe we'd all benefit from bringing back more traditional values to prevent situations like this. But I digress. Let's get back to the video and see what else she's been dishonest about and how the judge handles it.
He said that he sees the children now 4 times a week, and you're saying that's not true, except for like a FaceTime video or something like that.
He sees the kids on an inconsistent basis.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Okay. So when you say inconsistent, right now, do you all operate under a standard order where it's like first, third, and fifth?
He has every weekend, and I have during the week.
Okay, so every weekend he has.
Right.
Okay. During that every weekend, it's inconsistent, is what you're saying?
I mean, it's just all over the place. He just comes and goes and sees the kids whenever is convenient to him, or maybe his girlfriend like turns him down for a date or whatever.
Okay, so that was petty.
What girlfriend you talking about?
We didn't have to go there. We didn't have to go there. So is that what the issue is? Like, you're still mad at him about that story that he told?
Well, okay, so he put in a bid for an upgrade, or the upgrade put in a bid for him or whatever, and now I have to explain to our son why our family fell apart.
Oh, so it's some hurt feelings there. Okay, I understand. So in your court order, do you have a geographic restriction because dad lives here?
Yes, but he moved just outside of Ellis County, so he's just outside of the geographic restriction, so it's technically lifted, Your Honor.
Okay, and technically is what you said, but is that what your court order says?
Well, the court order says Dallas and contiguous counties, and he moved like a mile on the other side of the Ellis County line.
Okay, and I do have a copy of your court order here, and it doesn't mention that it's automatically lifted.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just thinking it was the one that.
O is right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
O
Thank
is
you.
right. What?
I'm sorry.
O is right, because you can't just leave. You can't just do that. You actually have to ask permission to modify this order, like he did.
Well, can I modify the order to move to Florida?
Did you file anything for today?
I mean,
It's a yes or no.
No.
You can't just move. So let me tell you what we're going to do, because I think this is the fair thing to do. Regardless to whether you say his visits are inconsistent, he say they're consistent, the reality of it is when you move to Florida, he can no longer have access to those kids. So even if he were coming this day, and did every weekend, he won't be able to do that anymore now that you are going to move to Florida. So what I'm not going to touch is your custody arrangement. Not going to touch that at all. This is a child support court. That has nothing to do with us, okay? So I'm not going to touch it at all. You are free to move to Florida. However, he's coming off child support. So then he can use the money, the $880 or so that he would give you for child support. He can use that to travel to actually see the kids.
But what if he doesn't, Your Honor?
Well, if he doesn't, then after some time of him not doing it consistently, and when I say consistently and consecutively, it needs to at least be about 6 months or something like that, right? Then you can come back and let me know, Judge, he's not exercising regularly. I need some support for these 2 kids, right? But absent anything like that, I believe that's in the best interest of the children, and quite frankly, that's fair. You're moving without permission, right?
Yeah.
Which is a violation of your court order, so it's only fair that he stops paying child support. So beyond a reduction, he's coming off child support.
I have to admit, there's something really satisfying about this situation. I'm not against women or anything, but watching this unfold feels like instant karma. It's obvious this woman was trying to be sneaky. She never mentioned her plans to move to Florida before coming to court, which feels pretty underhanded. On top of that, she was already asking for more child support, even though the guy was already paying a significant amount. This really highlights the way some people try to manipulate the system when it comes to child support. It seems like certain individuals believe they can take advantage of how the court system currently operates to get whatever they want. Props to this guy, though, hopefully, he still gets to see his kids. But if not, at least he now has an extra $11,000 to spend however he wants. Honestly, you can just tell she's upset about his new girlfriend. It even came up in a conversation about a bid, and she seemed a little jealous, but that's just my take. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. It's women like her who make the court system harder for mothers who genuinely need support. I have full sympathy for those women who are actually struggling, whether because their partner abandoned them or they're facing real challenges. But in this case, it's clear she was trying to manipulate the situation, and it didn't go as planned. I really enjoy moments like this, where entitled people get called out. Just think about it, the audacity to come to court, likely initiate this whole hearing, just to try to get more child support because she's moving. It's clear she needs more money, especially since she's not actually a marine biologist like she claimed. And let's be real, I don't need to be a scientist to figure that out. If anything, she looks more like she'd be working as a bartender than a marine biologist. But hey, that's just my opinion. Anyway, this was definitely an entertaining case, and seeing the judge shut her down was incredibly satisfying. Let me know if you guys felt the same way. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care, everyone.